We don't call it a soup kitchen, we call it our community meal night because that's what it is. It's a meal that's open for anyone in the community. It started with a group of us meeting locally here and being involved in the local community and meeting with local community leaders, councillors, and we discovered that food insecurity was one of the big issues in the local area, and so we discovered people weren't eating proper meals and they certainly weren't eating with someone else. And so we decided to have a place where we'd have nutritious meals. That was the first thing. Have a place where people could eat safely and actually have a conversation with someone else over the meal table, the stuff that most of us do every night and take for granted. Ferntree Gully and Baronia particularly are the two areas of highest need in the outer eastern area of this particular area. And so we have a lot of people come along here. Most come from the immediate area, then we have some that come from a few train stations away, and then a very small minority that come from quite a way away, the other side of town. Currently get to between 60 and 70 people along on a meal night. We get all age ranges here, so we do get single parent families come along with very young children, dual parent families come along with their children as well that are really struggling. We get teenagers come along, get middle-aged people coming along. There's a lot of mental health services in the local area here, and so we get a large population of our people who've got some kind of mental health issue. We get a lot of elderly people come along who live on their own. So it's the whole gamut the way through. We have no shortage of people who want to volunteer locally and get involved in helping out, whether it's in the kitchen, whether it's setting up or cleaning up, or whether it's actually sitting down and having a meal with people. In fact, we try and really blur the lines between who the volunteers are and who the guests are. So it's not about an us and them, but it's about community altogether. And in fact, many of our guests are involved in the setup and clean up and pack up and distribution of food and come into the kitchen and all that kind of thing. We're very fortunate in that we have a wide range of supporters here and have had since we started, whether it's the local primary schools that actually have food drives for us, whether it's the local shops that support us in different kinds of ways. We're very fortunate now that we tap into two of the major charities in the local area, so Fair Share and Second Bite, through the Eastern Food Alliance, that both support us food. We get funding from local council and our local Bendigo Bank, who are great supporters of what we did. So the sort of effects that this has on people's lives, it's many. So just for the fact for people to come in and sit down and have a meal and share a conversation over the meal table with someone else is something that is life-changing for a number of people that come here, because they've been on their own for a long time. And just simple things as well, like just at a really practical measure, providing food for people, food parcels at the end of the night, fresh fruit and vegetables. Actually, a number of people have come up and said this is what makes the difference between us being able to stay in our home or actually be on the street, because just this bit of extra means that we can pay the rent, which means that we can get by, which is again really significant.